Can I slump a little? I feel more comfortable that way. My friends all like their first experience having sex. You go out and you know you're gonna have sex. You're just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm just gonna go have sex with a guy. So you drink a bunch of beer. Basically, that's how I planned it out. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about anything like that. It was just like everyone else had been de-virginized. And I was like almost the last in my group. So I was just like, I'm doing it. And then when I had it with a guy, it was just, thought I should just kill myself because I was like, this sucks. The same year when I was 14 and I lost my virginity, I met a cheerleader from a neighboring high school, and I kissed her, and that was the first time I ever had same-sex closeness, and we kissed down by this river. It was like total bliss. I knew what I was about, and it didn't shock me, or it didn't like horrify me like a lot of people freak out because they're gay. Like, it just made me feel like, wow, this is a feeling I've been searching for my whole life. I felt really grateful to find it. I think I was actually born gay. I really had a lot of guilt growing up just because I knew I was different. I had crushes on girls my whole life, like babysitters I used to love. My neighbor, who was like the foxy chick in town, and she had like super long black hair, and she drove like this VW Beetle. I didn't look at a girl then and be like, wow, thought she was hot. It was just like I knew that something wasn't right with me or normal. And so I think I really went through that stuff when I was like 8, 9, 10. My mom and I weren't close because I think she sensed it too. So I feel kind of fortunate that I went through it really early, because when I did come out finally and all that, like, I had no shame about it at all. I know about a lot of people who, you know, they don't speak to their parents anymore after they tell them, and I think that's tragic.
No, you're not. Now we're just best friends. Jenny really does have Tourette's, and we're trying to get on the Montel Williams show.
When I came out, I was 21, and my parents spent 3 months at first shocked, and then they joined PFLAG. It's the Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. They became so political, and they would send me articles. They realized that, you know, being gay wasn't anything different. Well, it is something different, but it wasn't a big, huge crisis that couldn't be overcome. They needed to be educated, so they took steps to do that. It's nice to have that support, and it was kind of funny, too, because, you know, I think they got more gay than I did. When I finally told my parents, it was such a big, like, burden lifted off of me. It seems like a small secret, but it isn't. It's a huge secret. You interact with your sexuality all the time. It was a huge part of my life that I wasn't letting anyone in on. You're not treating yourself, like, with any kind of value if you're not being honest about who you are. I've tried every drug there is out there. Sex was completely physical. I didn't care about the other person. They were just there in order to have sex. I thought too, oh wow, sex on heroin felt so good because there's no inhibitions. With no inhibitions, there's also no give and take. There's no two people coming together, which sex should, you know, it should be kind of spiritual. Taking drugs to heighten or broaden your sense in any way is one of the big falsehoods of it. What better thing to do but to block out the loneliness by escaping?